What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at Want to Watch Havertz, or generic gold Havertz, to be honest. We managed to get a loan version of him. I don't know if everybody got the exact same loans, but we got him for 4 matches and I thought, you know what, let's give him a go. I've heard multiple things about him and I didn't really pick him up, to be honest. I kind of bypassed him a little bit, didn't really think too much of him. So I thought, you know what, we got the loan version. We don't want to waste the loan version of anything, so I thought we'll give it a review. He's coming in at 418,000 coins on the Xbox and 383 on the PlayStation. So a pretty decent price. And obviously with Werner, with Havertz, all in Want to Watches, especially as their new signings, as well as Ziyech, there is a lot of Want to Watches in Chelsea. So it's going to be very interesting to see how they progress through the year. I don't believe they're doing too bad. I know they drew this weekend, but they've not been doing terribly from what I've seen. In terms of Havertz, though, he's a 4-star. He is 85 rated as his base. He has himself a little left foot with a medium work rates and is a cam in his base position. In terms of all of his attributes, then, we have got 84 pace, which is 78 acceleration with 88 sprint speed. For me, I think acceleration is slightly more important this year. I may be wrong, but it's from what I've seen. Anyone with a kind of the opposite way round was more manageable than the other way round. Not saying that that's it, that's the end of the straw. No worries, that's a 0 out of 10 review. He is still got to get that bit of speed, to be honest. We've got 85 finishing with 84 attacking positioning. We have got 82 stamina, 69 strength, 42 aggression. We've got 78 and 74 agility balance with 84 composure, 85 reactions with 87 and 86 ball control and dribbling, 84 short pass, 78 long, and 82 vision. So there's all the stats. I know I hate reading them off. Well, what do you reckon? Do you reckon to read them off in a little bit of a speech kind of thing, or do I completely miss it and just talk about them as you know them already? Because even though they are technically on the screen, they're technically around, you'll see them, I like to reiterate so that you know what I'm talking about, rather than me going, oh, his shooting's pretty good. Like, yeah, his shooting's pretty good, but he's got 85 finishing, which means his shooting's going to be better than average. It's obviously not a bad stat to have on a cam, and you've got chemistry styles to help that out. In terms of chemistry styles we're talking about, Engine is the top one on Footbin. Let me just double check his gold version, which is also Engine. So I'm assuming an Engine's going to be the one that works. So an Engine will take him up to 88 pace, 85 passing, and 91 dribbling. It turns him into an 87 cam. So I can see it. I can really see it. The shooting, I think, is good enough. I feel like the Engine's going to give you that extra little oomph in his step, rather than giving him something that kind of gets his shooting up. Getting them 3 stats up is quite an important one, and definitely in the midfield, that's what you're looking for. In the strikers, you're looking for that complete finisher. You're looking for that 99 everything. Whereas in the midfield, I feel like pace, dribbling, passing are very important. Obviously, who wouldn't have thought? But you know what I mean. When you get these cams and DMs, I think personally, I know I do, especially with the DMs. I focus so much on the shooting or the defending. I forget that you can just have a well-rounded cam and he will work like that. But an Engine's what he's going with. Personally, I like this card. He was okay. I don't think he was like the greatest cam in the world. I played with Bruno the other day. I think he is way better. I say wait, he's not way better, but he's a lot better. He's amazing. Now, Bruno was a very good cam. So Havertz already had quite a little stepping stone to go up to. I don't feel like he was that sort of level. Even I think as his gold card is 91,000. So Bruno is double the price, so I'd expect a lot more out of him. But anyway, let's get into some gameplay and see how he did. So what I found with Havertz then, picking the ball up in midfield, running forward was his speciality, I swear. He was just amazing at really going forward. And we see here, straight off the bat in foot champs, he's making them tackles, coming back, gets around him and gets the ball off him. Beautiful. That's exactly what you need from a midfielder. Yes, the cam doesn't necessarily need to be the one tackling, but in that scenario, kickoff, he's managed to just run through. I need someone who's going to be doing that, and Havertz did it absolutely beautifully. We managed to get a cheeky goal out of it. St. Max with the chest and volley. Lovely little combination right there. We see here between the passes of Havertz and Rafinha, and it was a little bit botched, but we managed to keep the ball still. Obviously, we will lose the ball eventually, but he manages to pass around and really get that kind of in and out kind of jobby really nicely. And we do lose the ball there. He did manage to score, I believe, and he did manage to assist as well. So I was very happy with that fact. We see here the winner in the 80th minute, a very, very botched shot from Havertz. But I don't care. We managed to win 4-3 that match, and that guy had Neymar and Mbappe. So Havertz absolutely did a blinder there. We see also a very, very good assist, or good play from him, and just in general. He really works well with a lot of the players in my team, personally, like Werner, like Rodrigo, and he just owns it. He's got good awareness. I feel like his dribbling wasn't bad at all. I felt like he actually really had control over the ball, even being 6'2", a very, very tall player. We see here, lovely little ball across. We go for the chip, and unfortunately, just over the netting, but it came from another block in, obviously, Havertz's repertoire right there. And we see, again, running with the ball, just consistently going with it. And he actually makes it quite far. Passes it over to Werner. Werner tries to make something of it. I think he manages to kind of get blocked in the end by that defender, but it is what it is, and we get a lovely little kind of counter right here with Havertz, which is very, very nice. But we will be going into the end review and see how I found him. We see this lovely little down a wing, gets the little 1-2, Rafinha back down, little dink across, Rodrigo with a little head across, and a smashing volley from Werner. So going into the overall for King Kai Havertz, 418k as we see, 420 I've put on there on average. He probably will drop as he goes out of packs, or as the kind of hype dies down around him. He has got a very good chance of actually going up. I feel like he's in a good position right now. He's managed to go 5 matches, 1 goal, 1 assist. All we need to see that is a couple of really outstanding matches, and we've got ourselves an 86, an 87, even potentially an 88 King Kai. So that could be a really nice card, and I think as we go forward into the game, we need to keep an eye out on that one, because he could be a really, really good player going forward. I think right now, if I'm judging from obviously what I've seen foot champs wise, what I'm seeing in rivals, I feel like he's a bit behind the curve. I really underestimated what people's teams are going to be like. And yes, foot champs is not for everybody in terms of the first week, because obviously maybe the people who are casuals are not playing the game yet, or not playing foot champs yet, because have they got the 2,000 points? It takes quite a few matches, and as a content creator, you realize you just go through the motions. You absolutely blast it out. If someone's playing 2 games a day, 4 games a day, that you're going to be playing in foot champs later on, have they qualified yet? That's what you've always got to ask. It's only been 2 weeks, and sometimes that does take a while for someone who doesn't play the game as much as someone like myself. I play the game religiously every single day, and that is just what I do. It's how I bring content out, and that's not what everybody does, and sometimes you've got to realize that. So maybe he is behind the curve in terms of the meta players, in terms of the content creators, pro players, all of that good stuff. But the casuals, who knows? He might actually be quite a nice card to sit in their cam roll in, I don't know what division. It might be that that's the sort of place that you want him. But in terms of everything else then, we've got cracking links, which we will show you on screen. We've obviously got Werner, Rudiger, as whom I've linked with as the perfect links. Really, really cracking 2 links there. Loads and loads of icons. Lahm being a new one this year. Schweinsteiger being a new one this year. You've already got Ballack and Matthias. And then obviously you've got Lehmann in net. Wasn't it Lehmann even there? Has Lehmann gone out of this game? He may have done. Oh. It's a very weird one. I thought he was in the game still. Strange. But then you've got like Ziyech, you've got Thiago Silva if you really wanted. Chilwell's got an inform. Plenty of players from other teams as well. Weak links, you've got all of the BPL, obviously. Then you've got someone like Royce, you've got Kroos, you've got Sane, you've got, I'm trying to think of anybody else. You've got Volland if you really wanted. There's loads of options. I feel like in the main nations, as we all know, it's not that hard to link them, and really you probably play with a lot of the players anyway, and with players from Chelsea, with players from the Prem, more than likely you'll get him on cam without even needing other leagues or any sort of hybrid to kind of mix him in. You'll just do it generically. So in general, he's not a bad player. I've gave him a 7.5 out of 10. The kind of the tallness of him, I feel like will be good later on in the year with a really good rating on him, with a top class, like say an 88, 89. That's when I think personally he will be a very outstanding player. It all depends as well on patches. I feel like he does well in the game, but being 6'2" in that middle, I feel like it does take a little bit to kind of get away from somebody. He's a very, very tall unit and maybe doesn't have the agility balance that someone who is a little bit smaller to kind of just change directions. That being said, you can still do it. It's just maybe for me, I'm so used to that kind of smaller player, and it's just getting used to someone in that middle who is 6'2", as literally I think the average height of last year's attack was like 5'8", so that just was the meta. But hopefully you enjoyed the video. Let me know down below if you've got King Kai or you want him. Do you want the Werner King Kai combination? Let me know down below. Make sure you like and subscribe. And I'll see you